Hi, it's Kay. I want to title this video, My Amazing Neighbors. As I walked to school, after I left the hospital, some of my neighbors would be in the door and they'd say, "Come here, Katrina." And respectfully, I went over and they would push $3 or $4 in my hands and say, "Don't tell your mother, don't tell your sisters." And I said, "Okay, I won't." And as I walked to school, there was a little old lady who had a corner store. And she had a daughter who worked with her in the corner store. And when I came in the store, she left the front to go get her mom. And when her mom came out, she called me over and she pushed $2 or $3 in my hands. Then she gave me a brown bag with a sandwich in it. And she said, "Before you go home every day, you stop and you get yourself something to eat." And I said, "Yes, ma'am." When I left her store, there was a barber shop directly across the street. The barber was waiting on the step for me. He pushed money into my hands. He said, "Shh, don't tell anyone." I said, "Okay," and I went to school. So when I got to school, I could buy any breakfast I wanted. And when it was feasible to go outside for lunch, I could buy whatever I wanted. So this scenario played out for 2.5 years. And I'll never forget, they always said to me, "When you graduate, we need you to come back home the same way you always have come. We'll be waiting." Now, I didn't know who we were. And I said, "Okay, yes, ma'am, yes, sir." I went on to school. And the night of graduation, I had to walk to school by myself. My mom had a car, but I wasn't allowed to ride in it. So I walked to school. I was excited. And as I walked to school in my cap and gown, all of those people who were doing those things for me, they were standing outside. And they saw me walking alone. But they were like, "Congratulations." So when I didn't get the love that I needed from my own family, God created a new family for me. And I received love from them. It takes a village to raise a child. So the night of my graduation, I did exactly as they asked me to. And I walked home alone. Every place and every person that stopped me, they had a beautiful card, and each card had money in it. And be quiet, don't say anything. We want you to take this money and buy yourself something just for you. We don't want you to say how you got the money, but you buy yourself something very, very special. And I agreed. I said I would. I won't tell, and I'll do just that. Well, I went downtown to Center City, and there was a sporting goods store. And I bought a Panasonic Villager 10-speed bike, girls 10-speed bike. It was amazing. With that bike, I felt so free. I didn't need a ride. I could go to Belmont Plateau and some other places that I shouldn't have gone. But I'm telling you, these people showed up for me. I remember these neighbors would come send their kids to my house and say, "Oh, is Katrina there? Oh, my mom said that she fixed your sweater," or something, a ridiculous story. And when I got there, they said, "Sit down and eat. Eat everything on that plate. Eat it." How did they know that I was being starved? So it's so amazing the things that God can do. So if you ever feel like nobody is listening, nobody cares, I'm here to tell you that's just not true. You just keep looking. Just sit still and it'll come right to you. If it happened to me, I know it can happen to you because God's no respecter of person. It doesn't matter who you choose to worship. There's one being looking over all of us, right? So I don't care if you're Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, Christian, Lutheran, it does not matter. God's no respecter of person. I'm here to tell you that this little 15-year-old girl who couldn't fight for herself, God sent people that could fight for me. One lady in particular, she had a very large family. And I'll never forget this large wooden board. It was half was painted red and half was painted black. And she put it up to the side of her porch so that anyone over that board, they couldn't see what was going on her porch. So I could eat sitting on her porch, and my sisters and my mom didn't have a clue. I'm grateful for that lady. I am so grateful for each and every one of them. Little Miss Johnson, she would call me over to her house and do the same thing. She would invite me in, and I would eat. The only thing I wouldn't eat is the chicken feet she loved. I couldn't get with that. I was like, nah, not for me. But I just want you to know that my neighbors knew what was going on in that house, and they sowed seeds into my own life. So this project is like my way of saying thank you for helping me. Thank you for letting me know that everybody was not like the people in my house. And I really appreciated that, and I never forgot it. I had a neighbor, a father, who took me to Center City to pick up that bike. And I'll tell you, every time they saw me riding that bike, they would just smile. And I would smile right back. So for everything that I couldn't get from my own family, God gave me a new family. Amen. So I just wanted to share a little bit of that with you today. My amazing neighbors. And I'm sure you have some amazing neighbors too. Bye now.